So for those of you who do not know, I am in school. I go to SUNY Oneonta in Oneonta, New York, and every semester I do a video talking about the semester prior, tell you what I learned, tell you about the classes I took, about the professors, and this one was just freaking crazy. We're not going to do an intro or anything, we're just going to get right into it. So I guess I should talk about the differences. So last semester, if you guys remember, I changed my major from theater and media studies to media studies and business economics with the concentration in marketing. I don't really know why I did this. I just kind of did it on a whim. And I wasn't able to take any classes last semester in that major because it was too late. So I instead did not, and I just focused on media studies. So this semester was actually my first semester in progression towards my business major, my business degree. And in that time, I've had a bunch of jobs. I mean, I had my job at McDonald's, I had my job at Sweet Frog, and now I work at the movie theater. I'm never quitting that job ever. I love it so much. And I've met a lot of new friends, honestly, which is something I didn't expect from living here. I honestly was expecting to not meet anybody, but I met a bunch of people at work that I really enjoy talking to. They're great people. I met a couple people in classes that are just wonderful people, and I'm really happy that I got that opportunity. But this is my first semester in college in person. This is my first time seeing a professor, like, in the room. It is my first time going to class in sweatpants, which I do a lot now because sweatpants are so freaking comfortable. I need to get more sweatpants. Maybe I'll do that next week. But anyway, so I took a bunch of classes. I'm going to go through one by one and tell you what I got in it, and tell you what the things I learned about it, and tell you about the professors a little bit. So, first thing in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I had financial accounting with Professor Huan Wang. So I knew nothing about accounting, absolutely nothing before I went into this. It's something I needed for my major. I literally knew nothing about it. So I was excited because I want to learn. I'm excited to learn these kind of things. And it's complicated because I don't really know how to judge. So, all right. It's basically about, assets and stockholders' equity and liabilities and, like, journal entries and accounting equations and, like, all of that fun stuff. Sorry, my watch is about to die. And it's really cool. Like, there's a lot of really cool stuff. The way of learning didn't really work for me. Like, it was kind of long, and she would go over something and then, like, never touch it again. That kind of sucked. But it didn't really matter because the exams weren't too bad, except for the final exam. The final exam, she put 3 questions on there, which were worth 40% of the exam grade, about something that we really didn't know anything about. She, like, barely went over it in the last class and was like, hey, cool, have fun, study. And it wasn't even on the review sheet. So that pissed me off a lot. So I get my grade back, and I get a 69 on the final exam. And then I email her, and I'm like, thank you so much. I had a good time. This has been real. And she's like, just so you know, you actually had a 51. I rounded it up. I curved it up. And then also, I got an A in the class somehow. That's because she gave me 160 participation points for participating. And that really surprised me because with that 69, I was not going to get an A. So that was really, really exciting for me. That blew my mind and made me really happy. It was a really good day. Anyway, I liked that class. It was a good class. I didn't like that it was 8 a.m. I'm never taking an 8 a.m. again if I can help it. I'm going to have to, but for now, I don't have to. Next semester is a lot easier. Then I had Principles of Microeconomics right after that with Professor Tiapo, Napoleon Tiapo. And this class was weird too because I didn't know anything about microeconomics. I knew what microeconomics was. I knew nothing about it. But this is about supply and demand and basically at a household level, how we interact with the market. It's about monopolies, monopolistic competition, oligopolies, perfectly competitive markets, elasticity, which don't even get me started on elasticity. I know nothing about elasticity. It's like a whole unit I have just forgotten. It is gone. It's not in here anymore. And it wasn't on the test, so that was good. But the class itself wasn't too difficult. There was just a ton of homework. It took a lot of time. That really sucked. It was always due Sunday, so he'd give us a whole week to do it. But he wouldn't teach us the stuff that you need for the homework until Friday. So it was like, he's like, you have all week to do it. You shouldn't be, like, doing it all on the weekend. We're like, but we don't know what we're doing until the weekend. So we can't do it until the weekend or we get a bad grade. And he's like, well, you got to do the homework. And it was really frustrating for a while. We did get through it. We did push through, and then we did fine. We got an A. That was really good. We got an 89 on the final exam, which gave us an A in the class, which was really helpful. And I don't know. I learned a lot of stuff. Like, I really did. I'm really excited because next semester I'm taking a class that's similar to it but more difficult. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was a cool class. Tiapo was a really nice guy. I think he was, like, really nice. He really cared about his students. It was, like, really, it was a big part of this. It was like he really cared about the success of us. But his class was never my favorite. In fact, I think that's the one that I dozed off the most in. I never slept in any class, but I was always like, when I got to that class, I'd sit in my chair and I'd just be like, and then I would leave. Like, that's literally it. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's his fault, really. It's just the way he taught was kind of weird, too, because it was the opposite of the accounting. It was like, we would go over one thing and talk about that one thing for an entire week, and then run through a couple things really fast. So that was really, I don't know, it was shocking, basically. Then I had Intro to Computing Technologies 2 hours later with Tao Wu, Professor Tao Wu, and this class was easy as hell. I mean, literally, I didn't have to do a whole lot. I literally sat there and I typed on my computer and we made Word documents, PowerPoint documents, Excel documents, and Access documents. At the end of the class, we learned how to make our own personal web page using HTML language. That was super dope, really, really cool. And the professor was really nice. The issue with this class is that this is when my coffee started kicking in. This is when I had a lot of energy and we would just like sit there. I met this wonderful person named Jolie, shout out to you, who kept me sane this entire time. I sat next to her, and my friend Nate Henry was in the class, and we all would just talk the entire time. And I feel bad for Professor Wu because we would just sit there and talk the whole time. But we'd get all our work done, and we'd always get A's, so it was like, whatever. I got an A in that class, too. I didn't really learn a whole lot. I mean, I learned some cool stuff about, like, Word and PowerPoint and stuff like that, but I don't really see myself ever using it. I'm more of a Google Docs guy myself. Then I had Intro to Statistics with Michael R. Yee. I will say this one surprised me the most. I love this class. Statistics is probably my favorite class I took this year. He's awesome. R. Yee is freaking fantastic. He loves teaching. He loves his class. He teaches well. I learned a lot. I'll probably never use it, but I learned a lot. And I just had a whole lot of fun. I met a bunch of people that were in my group for the final project, which sucked. The final project was rough. But yeah, it was fun. I got an A in that one too, so it was really, really fun. I really enjoyed that class. Then I had Digital Storytelling with Professor Laura Felschow, who is also the advisor for Film Club, which I also help run now. That's another big change for this semester. And I've had her before. I took her last semester for Art of the Motion Picture, so it was nice to see her again and in person. And it was a really cool class, and we learned about like how you can use stories in everything you do. We made a TikTok one time. We talked about podcasting. We talked about web television, everything, multimedia, transmedia is what it really is called. And it's really, really cool. I had a whole lot of fun. I met this guy named Jake. I hope he's doing well. I don't think I'll ever talk to him again because I didn't get any of his contacts, but he's a really cool guy. Had a whole lot of fun in that class. I really, really did. I'm really excited to take another class with her. I don't know if I ever will, but I'm sure I'll try because she is just a wonderful teacher. She's so fun and she's so relatable. And she's a really, really fun class. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I got a 4.0 this semester, so whoop, 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 whoop. We're back on the provost list in theory. But yeah, I don't know. I had a really good time this semester. I'm so done with it though. Like, I'm very excited. After I'm done editing these 3 videos that I'm making today, I get to just relax and I get to do movie work, and that's my favorite way of living. So I'm excited to go back to that because for a while it's been school, work, movie, school, work, and it's just, I don't like that arrhythmia, but here we have very much a rhythm that I'm very excited for, so. Anyway, next semester I'm taking Principles of Macroeconomics, Intermediate Microeconomics, Managerial Accounting, Intro to Video Production, and Intro to Audio Production, so stay tuned next semester for all of those. I'm really excited about all of it. It's going to be really fun. I'm really excited. Oh, Merry Christmas. I forgot that I'm posting this on Christmas. Merry Christmas. Hope you're having a great Christmas. But yeah, stay tuned for the 31st of December, 1 to 9 Eastern Standard Time. I'm doing a live stream to celebrate 200 subscribers, so definitely join that. And consider subscribing. It's a huge help, and I do this on the side, so it's like, I do a lot for this, and I don't really get anything out of it yet, so consider subscribing, because it'll eventually, hopefully, repay me for all the time that I've put in. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it, and as always, keep watching movies and television, stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.